So I'm not a big fan on posting leaks and whatnot because I don't really consider them factual and to be true. However, there's one guy that we can somewhat rely on, and I know some other Star Wars YouTuber. He's not really a Star Wars YouTuber. Some other YouTuber made a video about this. I forget his name. I apologize, but he made it. Oh, actually, I think I have it right here. It's Mike Zero. I think I know this guy. I think he's the one who said something about like Anakin being in Episode 8, and he was wrong. But anyways, let's get into the leaks that people are talking about, because I've had a few people message me and tell me they want me to make a video on this. So there's a guy on Reddit, and it's called Star Wars Speculation. That's the Reddit thread, I believe. And basically, 2 years ago, he leaked some for Episode 8, and it was kind of accurate, not entirely. And so you also have to consider that Episode 8 went through major rewrites. That's why it was delayed by 8 months. And so he has come out with an Episode 9 script leak, and I'm going to read that to you now, spoiler alert, but also, I would recommend taking a lot of this with a grain of salt, and not only that, even if some of the stuff that is coming true in this, it's not very, like, you know, I'm not going to say it's not very real, it's just kind of like, alright, whatever. So anyways, let's get through to the script, or to the leak that this guy's saying. So he's like, I know this place gets 1 million fake views a month, so I understand the skepticism and the reception I got 2 years ago when I shared the early storyboard for Episode 8. So he's saying that he's shown the storyboard, basically he's hesitant and everything. Stuff like this makes me not believe it, because he's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm the cool guy, you know, I didn't really want to do this, but I'm going to show you the leak. So here's what he's saying. Plot A would progress like this. 5 years after The Last Jedi, the Resistance is no longer centralized and is not a popular idea among the galaxy. Kylo Ren's rule over the galaxy is seen by most as benevolent, I believe that's how you say it, my bad. Many with the Resistance itself are questioning why they should even keep fighting. Not surprisingly, Rey, Poe, and Finn, and Leia are still holding fast to the idea that the galaxy should not be under Imperial rule. They are tipped off by a mole inside the First Order, promising that if they follow their lead, they will discover the horrifying true nature of the First Order. The tip leads them to a planet in the unknown regions, and they must infiltrate the First Order command station to extract a young female alien prodigy who is the key to navigating these regions. After a successful rescue of the girl, who is essentially a prisoner of the First Order, they discover a planet entirely comprised of an ocean. Beneath it is the waters to the First Order's secret, unlimited resources, an ancient manufacturing station literally powered by the populations of conquered worlds of the unknown regions. The entire A-plot revolves around liberating the captives before they are exterminated and exposing these horrors to the galaxy at large. The plot resolved with the unknown regions become united and preparing for war to the known regions. And then the plot B revolves around Kylo Ren hunting down other Force users in secret, using the Knights of Ren, and trying to discover the mole among his ranks. At the end of the film, it is revealed that Hux is the mole trying to get the galaxy to revolt against Ren, Ren's empire, and believes he can claim the throne after the fallout. Many Force users have sought out Rey for protection, both really young and really old. Rey and Kylo still converse through the Force, and even they can even manifest their whole presence in front of each other. It is slowly revealed that they secretly love each other. Ooh. The big reveal in the film is that one of Rey's students is actually her child, and Kylo becomes so enraged upon finding this that he nearly kills Rey, who was only saved last minute by Leia. As with last time, I will add the disclaimer that this is an early storyboard, with the heart of the film is there, a secret love child, and the theme of the Empire thriving, but at a terrible cost. You can expect the story to play out very close to this. Okay, so here's my problem with the script. The whole Hux thing of him being a mole inside the First Order, that's not a big, you know, I wouldn't consider that like a big leak. It's very obvious Hux doesn't like Kylo Ren, and so it's not surprising that he would be the mole to, like, turn him in and everything. I'm not going to say I was going to predict that for Episode 9, but it would make a good sense for like a B plot where you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, well that's predictable, he hated him. So for me, that's not really something big to go off of. The secret love child and everything, I highly doubt all that's going to play out the way it is. Also, the unknown regions is going to be interesting if they try to go this route, which I doubt they will, considering the fact that they talked about that in the Aftermath series in the 3rd book. The guy's name is Rax. He's the guy who went to the unknown regions, because that's where Emperor Palpatine basically sent him in one of those little special observation stations or something like that. I really don't know. So overall, I do think that This is all a bunch of bullcrap. The only one I can actually say that would sound realistic is the whole Empire or the First Order is ruling the world, and you know everyone's kind of chill with it. But at that point, then it's like, well, then why would I cheer on the Resistance? If everyone's chill with the tyrannical government, then why would you care to like revolt against that? Also, another thing is Leia's talked about a lot in here, and no offense, Carrie Fisher died, so I highly doubt Leia's going to be, you know, involved in this movie a lot. There was another leak that I read, and basically the guy was saying that there was a funeral for Leia at the same time that Kylo Ren was getting sworn in as, like, Supreme Leader or whatever, and that, whatchamacallit, what was his name? Poe Dameron is, like, a voted Resistance, like, leader or something like that, and the Resistance and the Republic come together to make the New Republic, or the new Rebellion, which makes no sense because the Republic was destroyed in Episode 7. So, like I said, a lot of this stuff is just people wanting attention, and that's what they get. The one guy who leaked it said, "Oh, I leaked it 2 years ago, and it came true." Well, let me read that one to you, and I'm going to just kind of skim through this one, because it's not longer, it's just boring. He's like, Luke tells Rey what happened during the fall of his academy. Kylo Ren is growing in power. He grows a skill from manipulating the Force that has never been seen. Snoke senses this and aims to replace Kylo with Rey and plans to use Kylo to do it. Luke trains Rey in the way of the Force. Rey confronts the spiritual test of the darkness within herself. Kylo Ren murders Snoke, having known all along Snoke was aiming to replace him, and grew powerful enough to overtake him, and declares himself ruler of the First Order. There's a significant rift among the troopers on whether they will follow Kylo or Hux. Rey leaves against Luke's wishes to confront Kylo. Kylo and Rey fight again. There's a sense of attraction between the two. Kylo Ren is much stronger in his last fight. Within their last fight, he beats Rey and reveals he spared her life in the Temple Purge and left her on Jakku. He again beacons her to join him, this time with the result that offer is left up in the air. And then basically the plot B, they say, is Captain Phasma has placed a substantial bounty on Finn's head. Her and Hux are relentlessly searching the galaxy for the Resistance. Finn and Poe meet a refuge, and the three of them spend most of the story evading bounty hunters in the First Order. Finn falls for the refuge, head over heel, or refugee. Why do I keep saying refuge? Refugee, my bad. And they captured and tortured on this planet. It is here that Kylo and Rey fight. Other tidbits include mention of the galaxy's absolute war-torn right now, with no leadership in many systems, just fending for themselves. Del Toro will play a bounty hunter. Luke refuses to join the fight on either side. This upset Leia. Kylo Ren will kill an officer for mentioning the scar on his face. A lot of this did not come true, like, at all. I guess you could say it was a wee bit close, but overall, this was all just a bunch of bullcrap. So I take this guy's plot thing with a very thin, you know, like, grain of salt. Like, this is nothing. I highly doubt any of this will come true for good reason, because a lot of it's not credible, and a lot of it is not very Star Wars feeling. You know, Star Wars is supposed to be, normally, it's the hero's journey, and episode, 8, you kinda had a hero's journey. Episode 7 was exactly a hero's journey, because that's what you saw in episode 4. So, I assume J.J. Abrams he's a good director, he's a good writer, and he's gonna have other writers on the script. I'm assuming he's not going to be so controversial to go to the unknown regions, something most casual Star Wars fans would not know about. A secret lover or a secret child by Rey would just make no sense. I don't know why her and Kylo Ren would be in love, but yet fight each other and try to kill each other. I know married couples do that, but this isn't Mr. and Mrs. Smith, this is Star Wars. So a lot of this stuff you should take with a grain of salt and don't believe it, because a lot of these guys make these YouTube videos just for clickbait and just for views. I, on the other hand, am making this to tell you that it's all a bunch of bullcrap, and you shouldn't believe any leak that comes out unless we're really close, unless you can confirm that this guy has been inside Lucasfilm. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents on it. What do you guys think? Do you think these leaks are real, or do you think they're all a bunch of baloney? I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all next time. May the Force be with you always. Where's the end?